And moving on, U.S. President Donald Trump on Tuesday backed away from his earlier Thursday deadline for Ukraine to agree to a U.S.-backed peace plan, saying the deadline for me is when it's over. Well, Trump said U.S. negotiators were making progress in discussions with Russia and Ukraine, and Moscow had agreed to some concessions. Also, Trump said his envoy Steve Witkoff would be meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin on Moscow, and his son-in-law Jared Kushner was also involved. President Volodymyr Zelensky said on Tuesday that Ukraine was ready to advance a U.S.-backed framework for ending conflict with Russia and discuss disputed points with President Trump. But Zelensky said any talks should also include Ukraine's European allies.
Now we have a good result from Geneva and from the meetings and talks that took place there. Ukraine has the framework developed by our teams in Geneva. That framework is on the table, and we are ready to move forward together with the United States of America, with personal engagement of President Trump, and with Europe, with leaders, and with all partners who have their strengths and capacity to help. And I'm ready to meet with President Trump, and there are sensitive points to discuss. We have them still.
Well, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer on Tuesday said that London was ready to move with the European Union on providing financial support to Ukraine based on the value of immobilized assets.
Must support Ukraine now. So even as we work towards peace, and we are, there could be no letting up of support to keep Ukraine in the fight. And that requires urgent solutions on things like financing and capability. We, the UK, are ready to move with the EU on providing financial support based on the value of the immobilized assets. This is the best way to show Putin he should negotiate rather than trying to outweight us.
Well, French President Emmanuel Macron said France will finalize with other European Union countries a solution for providing financial support to Ukraine using frozen Russian assets. Macron also said the coalition will launch a working group led by France and Britain with close involvement from Turkey.
We are clearly at a crucial juncture. Negotiations are getting a new impetus, and we should seize this momentum. Not because there is reason for alarm, Ukraine is solid, Russia is slow, and Europe is steadfast, but because there is finally a chance to make real progress toward a good peace. But the absolute condition for a good peace is a set of very robust security guarantees, and not paper guarantees.